two events have now been beaten here in Championship mode, and now it's time for us to move on to event number 3, the Ford TS50 Lap Knockout. And if we win this event, we will unlock the Ford TS50, which, to those of you who may be my Australian viewers, the Ford TS50 is also known as the Ford Falcon. At least judging by its shape and design, I would say it probably is the Ford Falcon. So the track we're going to is Coastal Parklands, and our objective is to compete in a lap knockout around Coastal Parklands against 4 other Ford TS50 drivers. The driver in last place after each lap is eliminated from the race. The last driver running is declared the winner. Make sure you finished first if you hope to unlock events 6, 7 and 8 and unlock the Ford TS50. So this is the car, the only car we can use, and as for the colour, well, I do wonder if that's white. Well, initially I was going to plan on driving this thing in blue, but yeah, why not? Let's drive this thing in white. Maybe try and see if it gives me the protruding look. And same description again. Obviously you don't need to read it again. That's our competition. Basically the same competition that we had in the first race. And let's get to it. And I do stand out amongst the crowd in my white Ford Falcon. And yes, I do refer to this car as being a Falcon because, well, I personally prefer calling this car the Falcon. And already just like that, I've immediately taken the lead. And gotta stick to the road here. Don't really see any reason to take the shortcut. I'm not going to get any benefits from it, as I'm already on the brakes, and as you can see, I already have a pretty sizable lead, because I have more than a second, and we're barely even a quarter of the way into the first lap. I'm also pretty sure we're going to be crossing into the forest fire once again. But anyway, so negotiating these pretty tight corners, also stepping on the brakes because, well, that's a blind crust, as we call those here in Britain. Don't really think I need to shift up into 5th gear because I know 5th gear is a long gear, and is there really a point in me doing it if I'm already that close to the top speed? And that's probably about as quick as I'm gonna go. TLDR is, I don't think there's really a point in me just going ahead and using it. And yep, we do have some fire trucks there trying to contain the blaze as I drove under the smoke. And I think this should pretty much be the end of the first lap, and yes it is. And as you can see, 5th gear in this car is very long, as I've barely hit 156 in MPH. Of course, I use miles because, well, I prefer the measurement to be in miles per hour personally, over kilometers. I just like miles better, is all it is. But anyway. So got a pretty sizable advantage over the second placed car, which is driven by Dom. Ashley is currently running in third. Mika is fourth, and I'd assume it's Wayne who must have been eliminated on that previous lap. Because, well, you know, obviously it's an elimination race. And yep, that's a wall. Well, at least I didn't miss the shortcut. And what do you know? I am benefiting from doing this. Surprisingly. Although not anymore, because I just hit a tree. Well, it was good to an extent, but then suddenly, once I hit that tree, I basically lost the lead. Well, still got more time to learn though. As I now retake the lead from Dom, is it? Is it Dom who's running in second now? I got a feeling it is. Yeah, it is Dom. Okay. And Mika is now up to third, so Ashley must have also had a moment somewhere. And hitting my top speed once again of 156. And able to negotiate with these corners rather well. Sticking, of course, to the main road, because I know the main road is better than the shortcut. So my simple advice would be, for this track, don't take that shortcut at the start of the lap, because, well, you will basically gain nothing in terms of track position. At least that is if you're wanting to give yourself some decent mileage. I'd highly recommend you don't do that. And slamming on the brakes there so I don't run into the same tunnel again. And I also know I can actually head down this way as well now, because this route is preferable. I don't want to slam into that fence. And a little bit of apprehension there, wondering if something ominous was going to occur, but fortunately it didn't. And I am still in the lead, as I now have a 2-second advantage over Dom, and Ashley is basically nowhere to be seen. And yep, I get another top speed bonus as well. I think the rear tyres might have locked up there for a moment. Well, at least I can say the brakes in this game are good. Actually, didn't think the rear brakes were going to lock up quite like that, but... well, I guess since there's no ABS, you kind of have to expect these things from time to time, but still running good. I still lead this race. Just gotta make sure I don't make any more mistakes. And hopefully, if I don't do what I did on the first lap, I can basically take that shortcut again and more or less pull away from Dom. And yes, with a car like this, you do have to brake in order to make the shortcut, because if you don't, then well, you'll basically crash. And I just got some air. Interesting. Anyways. Continuing with whatever my driving skills are capable of. What's the word? Accentuating? Yeah. Just doing whatever my driving skills are capable of accentuating. And this is pretty much my race to lose now. So just one stretch to go. And there we go, victory.
You've unlocked the HSV Coupe GTS.
Huh, well done. I did not think we were going to unlock the Holden from this. I guess that must be because of the Need for Speed points. Presumably I must have more than 30,000 now. So we've now got 10 cars on our roster. That does also include the Ford TS50.
Way to go! You have just won the Ford TS50 Lap Knockout.
And we've also just unlocked events 6 through 8.
You've unlocked the Ford TS50.
I'm pretty sure you said that once before. Well, anyway. So, we're now a fifth of the way there in terms of our car unlocks. Those are your results. Everyone else, of course, eliminated. I went onwards, of course, to score the dub.
You've beaten the lap record for this track! You beat the track record!
We're going to be hearing that a lot, by the way. Just figured I'd say that again. Well, let's get our replay whilst we're here. So, pretty easy win altogether, but at least I can say it was not a completely dominant win because the AI were able to keep up with me. They were able to more or less stay within about probably 3 seconds of where I was in terms of my track position, and I actually put together a pretty good run altogether. Do excuse me for a moment whilst I try to clear my throat. I'm gonna move this for a little bit longer. We're actually getting some pretty nice shots of this thing at the moment. Not gonna lie. Okay, well, do this for a few more seconds and then I think that should do it. Yeah, okay, I think that should do it. Let's now return to the championship event tree. Yes. I'm also doing this because, well, autosave. I also like to keep up with my progress in the game as well. But anyway, let's now reveal the 2 new cars we've unlocked. So, if I head up to challenge mode and head over to here, you will notice the cars we've now unlocked. Our first one being the Ford TS50. Oh, we actually have more than 50,000 Need for Speed points. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now, as I'm just showing this thing off in all colours. And the other car we've unlocked, I think it's in here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Yes. we've unlocked the Holden GTS Coupe, or Coupe if you live in Europe. I should also mention, this is ironically the same as a Holden Monaro if you live in Australia, or if you live in America, this is basically a Pontiac GTO, judging by its shape and design. It's also because, well, GM at the time did have a lot of American brands. At least that was before the 2008 financial crash led to the nails in the coffin for Pontiac. And well, Holden has been recently shut down, unfortunately. Probably so GM could basically revive the Hummer brand. And believe it or not, GM has recently revived the Hummer nameplate, and they've also released a new car from Hummer as well. Anyway, 3 events are down in championship mode, and next time we will be getting started with Hot Pursuit mode. And with that, stay tuned for more of NFS Hot Pursuit 2.